Hey you guys, what is up? Welcome back to the channel, family. You already know what time it is. Gang, we in this thing. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to be a part of the crew. Smash that like button to see what it do, y'all. Okay, so let's get into this for you guys. All right, let's talk about it. There is a shift going on. Shift been going on for a minute now. You're either riding with it or you're pushing against it. If you're pushing against it, then it's going to be manifesting a lot of frustration. You're not going to be manifesting very much in your life. You're going to be wondering, why is it that people are separating away from you? Why is it that things aren't going the way that you want it to? Right now, we're shifting over into loving ourselves. Based upon a lot of things that you might have going on in your life, you might not realize it, but it's like this is the reason why things are playing out the way that they're playing out. This is the reason why, whenever it comes to where it is that you spend your money, you're sitting back overindulging. You're finding yourself in situations to where you're sitting back frustrated. You're finding yourself in situations to where you're sitting back spending too much time and energy into one or two things. And it's like, based upon your level of awareness, you might not, like, that there's a shift going on, but you might not know how to go about, like, why is it that this is not manifesting for me. So you keep on like going, like, trying to make things work, trying to find solutions, not realizing that now, whenever it comes to this shift, we're having to detach away from a lot of the things that we value whenever it comes to on a materialistic level. That's the whole shift that's going on into love. You're not realizing that you might have been investing too much time and energy into caring about certain individuals. As things are shifting, you're seeing these people going downhill constantly. Even though you're providing them with advice and trying to help them out, you're still seeing them go downhill. And that's because it's trying to tell you, in terms of your shift, you need to pay more attention to yourself, the people that are in front of you, the ones that you're able to help, the ones that are actually taking your advice and information. You guys might be experiencing a shift in terms of, why the fuck is it every time I turn around, I don't have anything saved, or I'm sitting back and I'm constantly, frustrated by my financial situation, by my career, by my job, and things like that. That's because we're not, you might be going against the shift. Now we're shifting into a situation to where we need to be more frugal. We need to care more about ourselves. We need to be more minimalistic. This is why you keep having these frustrations happen. You need to come up with more ideas in terms of being able to, make your money go further. This is a shift into us realizing how to truly care for ourselves, but from using very minimal things. So, learning how to make meals using very minimal ingredients, spending less money, so that way you are able to manifest situations where you're able to properly care for yourself. Coming up with situations as to how it is that you cannot indulge into certain desires whenever you're upset, or whenever you're sitting back and you're down or depressed. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are going through situations where they're having to separate and detach from certain relationships, from family. You're having to have situations to where you have to build up dependency whenever it comes to yourself, having to take on more responsibilities within your world. It's a shift right now. You're learning how to love yourself, how to care for yourself without having to have other people do it for you. A lot of us are going through a shift in terms of, it's a lot of things, but it's all up to you in terms of your level of awareness, in terms of learning what the energy is doing, in terms of where it's trying to shift you to, what direction it's trying to shift you in. And based upon us being indulged into certain desires and having certain things on our minds and all this, having tunnel vision, a lot of the times we're not able to see why this is happening, why certain events are occurring, where we're supposed to be shifting to in terms of our energy, where we should put our energy towards, where we should withdraw it. It could be very confusing in that aspect. And whenever it becomes very confusing, this is you going against the shift. So you'll constantly manifest frustrating circumstances where it's like you're pushing against it because you're not knowing what to do within this confusion. So yeah, that's the other thing that you guys have to realize. A lot of us are going through situations based upon this shift to where we have to show other people how to go through this, how to be able to manage themselves, how to be able to manage, feelings, emotions, separating from others, how to be able to manage, their money, how, because a lot of people are going through a shift to where they're losing things. they might be losing in terms of financial stability, stability in terms of living circumstances and things. Whenever you go on your spiritual journey, this is the things that can happen as well in terms of you having to separate and detach, whether it be voluntarily or involuntarily. Whenever it comes to your spiritual journey, you'll have to learn that you'll have to detach away from a lot of the things that you feel is comfortable to you. Sometimes there could be situations to where you need to say, you know what, let me just explore a little bit. Let me detach away from being comfortable inside of a house and let me decide to explore and go live inside of an RV and live inside my van, or convert my van into a living situation, or convert my car into a living situation and live off the grid on the road. Learn how to work with the bare minimum. One of those things to where, based upon you doing that, you might come up with different ideas in terms of moving forward for what you should do in terms of your future circumstance, whenever it comes to establishing stability. So sometimes we have to go through those things in order for us to realize the better choices that we need to make within ourselves, within our lives. To realize that there's different ways of viewing things, different outlooks that we can have. And along the way, whenever you're going through these journeys, you'll meet a lot of your spirit guides that have did the same things, that'll provide you with guidance, that'll provide you with instruction, that'll be able to uplift you, that'll be able to come across as being relatable based upon their situation and having shared and went through the same experiences as you. Um, so this is one of those things to where we're starting to learn. You might have been indulging with the wrong people, so you're having to let go and detach away from certain friends. And it might be difficult because those might have been the people that you like, those might have been the people that uplifted you, that always was there for you type situation. But they're not going to be there for you whenever it comes to your spiritual journey, whenever it comes to you losing your house or your cars, or you not having money and things. They only want to be around whenever it comes to partying and indulging into low vibrational things. And it could be one of those things where you're not able to see, you're not aware. So it's like you're going against the shift and you're still trying to keep these friendships and wondering, why is it that I keep getting in trouble? Why is it that I'm the only one that's, using up all my money type situation and things like that, not realizing that you're going against the shift. Um, so there's a lot of things that's happening right now, but it all comes down to us having to reach that situation of caring for ourselves, loving ourselves, putting ourselves first, putting the individuals out of our lives, bringing individuals into our lives, helping other individuals to see, helping to bring awareness to different situations, different ways of going about things, being very intuitive, inventive. Now's the time for your mind to expand, and yeah, now's the time for your mind to expand in terms of your way of thinking, your thought process, your feelings, emotions, all of that. And if you're going against that, then you're just going to be in a whole bunch of state of disarray, frustration. You're not going to be aware of what it is that you need to make changes to, what it is that you need to bring into your life, what you need to put out of your life. You're going to be stagnant at a standstill, not being able to embrace the shift. And whenever we constantly keep going through shifts and things, you're going to be very drained whenever it comes to your energy. You're not going to know when's the time for you to rest, when's the time for you to relax, when's the time for you to, instead you're going to constantly be very erratic, be very irresponsible making decisions, be very restless within your energy. So that's how you know whenever you're going and manifesting your energy going against the shift. You'll be very tired. You won't know when's the time to rest, when's the time to indulge into this, let go of this, detach away from this desire, pursue this thing. It could lead to your way of thinking being very mundane, very minuscule, being very held back, um, which leads to you being off of your spiritual journey, which leads to you not being able to see which direction you need to be headed in. All right, so anyways, that's just some tips. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.